What's poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look at another anime movie review. Yes, it is another anime movie. I've been watching a lot of short animes, like some 12 episodes animes, because they're like 3 hours long, so you can easily bash them all out. But I've also been watching some anime movies, because again, they're also short and you can easily bash them out. I don't know, I've just been in a mood for a couple of movies and a couple of short series, because they're just easy to watch, they're easy digestible, and you don't have to put too much time or effort into them if you don't actually like them. But they have been some bangers, and the one that we're looking at today is called Weathering with You. It is made by the same people that made Your Name, another anime movie, which I have reviewed and watched on the channel, so you can go check that out after this video. But this one, I think, is better than Your Name. I don't know. I think this is a more interesting story than Your Name. However, nothing can beat the Your Name twist. The twist in Your Name was unbelievable. But back to Weathering with You. Let's take a look at what Google has to say and not waste any more time. Let's not delay any further. So, Weathering with You is a 2019 anime fantasy romance movie, which is an hour and 54 minutes. It has a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, a 92% Rotten Tomatoes, and an 8.3 out of 10 on my anime list. You can watch this on Amazon Prime or Crunchyroll. So, in Tokyo, a runaway high school student facing financial struggles ends up with a job at a small time publisher. One day he meets a young girl who has the ability to control the weather. So that's very, very simple. That's very, very basic. So let's quickly run into this. So this girl sees a giant light as she's in a hospital on a rainy day watching her mother die. And she goes to see what this light is because it's like a giant beam coming down, like a glory, sort of heavenly light. She goes to it, she runs through it, and she prays with all her might that the rain will fuck off. And she ends up in the sky and she becomes a sun girl. Fast forward to the future. This kid is running away from one of the other islands where he doesn't want to live there anymore. He doesn't want to go back, and he tries to get a job at the island in actual Tokyo. And he isn't successful because he doesn't have any ID. He runs into someone that he met on the boat, which actually gives him a job at their publisher industry, and he only does so because he sees himself in him, because he also ran away from home at a young age as well. So he's paying him 3,000 yen, which is very small, but he's also keeping a roof over his head and also keeping him fed. We then have them going out, doing a load of chores, doing a load of this, that, and the other, until he actually runs into this girl who gave him a free burger when he was homeless and on the streets looking for a job. And she worked at McDonald's, which I think is pretty fucking cool. Like, they actually called it McDonald's, and it actually looked like a McDonald's as well, which is sick. But they continue to go and they make good friends, and they do like a side hustle where she makes it sunny for people, and he sets up a website, people make requests, she goes and makes it sunny, and then the police start hunting him down, and in doing so end up finding out that the sun girl is actually 15 and living alone with her brother, and that's not okay. So they call Child Protective Services, and all three of them run away because the dude can't, he's trying to get custody of his daughter, so he can't, like, take responsibility for him, and the police think it's a kidnapping, so he denies all involvement. And, yeah, they run away. They run away to a hotel. The girl disappears. She vanishes because she used too much of her power that she's basically a human sacrifice to the sky, and vanishes. And then we have all the people that he met along the way helping him try and get back to this shrine so he can go and save her, from the brother to the publisher, to the publisher's niece, to the elderly lady that they helped. Every single one of these guys is helping him get back to that shrine, and they all get arrested for like, obviously beating up police officers, helping a criminal escape, and evading arrest as well. So they all get arrested by the end of it, but they save the girl, and he gets put on probation, and he gets sent back to the island. And after he graduates, he comes back to Tokyo and meets the girl again, and they get back together, and that's where the movie ends. This is a beautiful fucking movie. Like, the rain in this movie, the skies, the sunsets, the clouds, them falling through the sky at the end of the movie, it is all so fucking good. The lighting is so pretty and beautiful. I watched this at like fucking 12 till 1, so my room was pitch black. So all the light was coming from the TV, and it was fucking gorgeous. It was beautiful. Like, life doesn't look as beautiful as it does in anime. I will admit, like, anime over glorifies how beautiful things can be. Like, this was gorgeous. Watching them fall from, like, the fucking atmosphere was absolutely insane. They were falling for so long. They were falling for so high. I don't know how they didn't burn up. But like physics and like reality aside, it looked fucking incredible. It looked so fun, and it had no right to look fun. Anytime someone jumps off a building, anytime someone jumps out of like a window, it looks so fun. In Charlotte, for example, they jump out of a window, they make it look fun. The intro for Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, the Gojo bit where they're fighting like demons off a window, like outside of a like skyscraper, that has no right to look that fun. It looks fucking incredible. I want to do that, but I know if I do that, I'm gonna die, and I don't want to do that. But anyway, this anime is gorgeous. Like the way it's animated, the way everything is, like every little raindrop going down a window is perfect. It is so good, and I would expect nothing less from the people that made Your Name. Like that is a beautiful anime as well, and the voice acting. Again, I watch it dub because I can't read. Deal with it like that. Like I can't read, so I cannot watch sub. You can delete your paragraph that you're writing down there. I can fucking hear you aggressively typing on your keyboard from here. Stop that. I watch in dub. Deal with it. And the voice acting was actually decent. I didn't mind it. But then again, I watch dub all the time, so I'm used to the dub voice acting, and I think it's okay. Like it's reasonable. It's decent, and I don't know. I liked it. I liked the voice actors. I thought they were really good. They were really good at the end as well when they were conveying the emotions, and like the kid was crying, the kid was angry, the kid fucking pulled a gun on his boss, and the boss was like, "Holy shit!" Like he wants to see his girlfriend again, and if I can help it, that moment where he twigged, where he saw himself in him again, where it's like, I want to see my wife again. And I can't, but this kid could see his girlfriend again. I'm gonna do everything I can. That was such a good scene. It was so poetic and so sort of, I don't, the only word I can use to describe is beautiful. It was just beautiful storytelling. Like you could tell, like he recognized like the feeling, and you could tell he recognized like the the loss and the grief and everything in his voice. Like such beautiful, and the fact that everyone was helping him as well. Like the aunt was, or the niece was on the motorbike, just happened to be going by, and she knew she'd get arrested for it, but she took him because of love. And then the little brother coming in as well at the end, like in the dress, was so fucking comedically timed. He just came in and rugby tackled one of the police officers, and he started ripping chunks out of his head. Holy shit, that kid is a fucking menace. And the way he was like crying and being like, "Get my sister back," it was so fucking good, and it made me feel so happy and so like proud of him for like going through with it and making it all the way to the end. You don't get love stories like that like in fucking Hollywood. You don't get like, you get like the big sort of push at the end where it's like, "Oh, you gotta go get him," but you don't get like the everyone chiming in, everyone helping, like even if, and then like you don't get that. You just don't. You don't get that anywhere else, and it was such a good love story because you got to see the bond and the connection between these two grow throughout the movie, and you got to see sort of how he was about to confess and then she fucking vanished. That was really fucking wild, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like, where the fuck that poor kid? He was literally about to confess, and poof, she goes. She fucking disappears. She dissipates and vanishes." That was actually so sad, and I felt fucking wounded for him because she just fucking poofed. And then we have her like disappearing, and like them waking up to her gone as well, and then him finding the ring. It it's just such a good story. I don't give a shit if it's like a basic love story. I don't give a shit if it's a basic romance story. It was good. It made you feel good. It made you happy, excited, like worried for the characters. It made you root for the guy. Like you wanted him to win. You wanted him to do it despite all the odds against him. You had the police after him. You had like child protective services after him. You had the boss at one point who turned on him and was like, "No, kid, come on, like you gotta go with them. Like you can't keep running from your problems." But he isn't. He's running towards them. He's running to fix them, and it was beautiful. It was so fucking good. There is ah, there was a couple of comedy moments as well with like the cat that got fat, and it did make me giggle. I laughed at the fat cat. It was funny, and there's a load of other sort of things where it's like they time skip to the future and he's no longer working from his apartment. He's got a full-fledged business and he's actually hired people, so you can be proud of him and you can just see how far along all the characters have grown in the time skip, and it just makes you proud of all of them. It makes you so happy for all of them because they all got what they wanted. And Tokyo is fucking sinking as well. Tokyo is underwater, which I think is really fucking cool. I don't know, just seeing this sort of like Tokyo buildings rising up out of the water is really fucking cool. And if there's constantly rain like all year round, like if there is rain, like torrential rain 24/7, how the fuck are the buildings not falling down? How are the buildings not corroding? Like you go to the seaside and you can see like all like the cliff edges and like the sand and the rocks corroding because of the ocean. The rain does that too. The rain corrodes buildings. So if it's raining all the fucking time, how is shit not going faster? Because it's constantly being berated with like all this shit. But enough about that. It's a 10 out of 10 movie. Go watch it for yourself. It's fucking great. It's beautiful. It it made me feel really happy. It made me feel really good. And I went to sleep like wiggling my toes because it was a good fucking movie. So go watch it for yourself.